Hey, what's up, guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Legendary Game of Heroes. Today we're doing a stream. It's Thursday. And so what I thought I would do is I'm actually just going to be creating some decks on my own right now using my cards. And I'm going to build some cards using various different... I build a deck using various different cards I have from my inventory. And I'm going to try and take on the bosses. Yeah, I do have the full team, but I do want to try different ideas just for fun. And also if anybody has any questions on the team, how to use the deck, etc., then we can definitely go and do that. So welcome to the stream, Yusef, Don, and Zuzu MacDuck, Noah Leah. So I was a little late. One of my best friends had a his baby was born today, so I went to visit. Really cute little baby, and so. Just got back from it, feeling good. I'm having a good day so far. So I'm just gonna, I figure I would just jump on, play some Legendary using some various teams. And, I'm gonna talk about some of the ideas I have as well. So we can, sort of get a sense of, what are some of the ideas I have and what are some of the things I'm thinking about, why I'm doing these, etc. So that, if you don't have the full team, at least you might have something you can work with. So I'm going to start with this interesting team here. Now, I'm actually doing one key, but it's not going to survive if I don't take it out in one shot. So I'm trying to use various combinations like if I had Kato, which is an event card here, which creates 8 Power Gem 1s, what other cards can I actually combine to make this a useful team? Now, I thought about putting in Veta, which is a support card, but it turns out that Veta isn't quite as good by itself. And so we can try it again. But so this is what I'm doing, right? So I have all the, basically the gem spawners, power gem spawners that I could find. And then I also have in here a copy of Bedeviled Vena, which is actually a card that could create power gems based on the number of gems on the board. And so this is a one team that kind of just playing around. Not saying that it's a great team or anything, but that was a one key attack here using a couple of gen spawners and then some, support cards. So one of the things I'm always looking for are how many gems does it actually create if it's a support card. So Blade is a pretty good one. It creates 8 fire gems, and it has a 4-turn cooldown, which is actually lower than a lot of the other gem spawners in terms of the support cards. So he's a good card to use. And like I said, Kato is actually not bad. I only have one of her, and if I had 2, that was actually going to be pretty... it'll actually work pretty well because it creates... I guess not 8. It creates 3 and then creates another 3. So it creates 6 power gems. So it's not bad as a as an event card there. So combining that with the Bacon Baron, thinking about the Bacon Baron because what he does is he converts basically the recovery into attack. And so the higher your recovery, the higher the attack. But this skill, I think, actually increases all of the Fire Slayer attack. So this card would actually work really well in this event deck as well. And so that's something that we could, I kind of wanted to try this against a ultimate boss. So one of the goals for me is I wanted to be able to collect enough tokens to actually fight another ultimate boss. I managed to get up to level 20, and I was hoping to be able to show you guys how that worked. And so we got some more new people here as well. We got Don and Chim and Anna and D-Moss, David Becker, John Tables, and Sparsland. Will I be checking out your decks today too? I could definitely do that. So we're gonna try a couple of different decks, different ideas, and then we can definitely jump into some other people's as well. So it didn't work as well, but then I'm gonna talk about the team that I'm currently using. And there's really no firing order necessarily with this particular setup. It's seriously just, the ultimate form from the previous event, the ultimate form from this event, and then basically just fire everything all at once. And it does a lot of damage, as you can see here. So the reason why I'm not putting in the ultra rare from this particular event in this deck, even though I have it, is because overall, this deck gives me better sustained damage over time. And so I can get really good turn 1 damage because of the Master Collection card and the Ultimate Form combination from the previous event. So they all create power gems on turn 1. And then added to that the relics plus basically the relics, then you get basically a really good turn 1 damage. And then after that, you get, basically every 2 turns you can activate activate something because it's 2 and then 4, 2 turns for the previous event and then event deck, and then 4 turns for the current event deck, and so you can alternate when you activate them. So it works really well that way. And so David Beck, you use Night Sun and Fire Gem Rainer with main card and support card. Yeah, so that would be a really good option as well. So let's take a look there with Night Sun. So I can get Night Sun. I think it's a Fire Ancient. So what I want to do today is I basically I'm gonna go into my codex and I'm gonna just look up some old cards that people can get from Dust Shop or something. It's not always about having the best decks. It's just about what's fun, what's good to use, and kind of remember like why we use them. So I think it's Fire Ancient Night Sun. So Night Sun was a really fun card that I really enjoy using. And when it first came out, it was a card that multiple people want to get. A lot of people want to get multiple copies of them. And then this was not even the ultra rare card. That's the thing. This was just a regular support card that destroyed Fire Gems, and people went gaga over that card. And so it was really, really good. And so Don Lawrence trying to get your guild joint. Yeah, have them come on. Share the link, everybody, and we can just do something fun. And Jim Paulson, welcome to the stream. So this is going to be a very laid back stream, guys. I'm just taking it easy right now. I'm just gonna build some decks live here. Give me some ideas if you want. Let me know what you want to see, want to try out. But I'm going to try some things a little bit different, just to be different. All right. So in terms of the Gem Rainer, we really have Galena is the option that we have, and then we said that we would try the Night Sun, right? So we have a Gem Rainer, which is Galena, and then we have the Night Sun, which is a Gem Destroyer. So then what we need then is we could actually keep Bedeviled Vena in here, because that would actually do really well in terms of the power gem creation. And then what we could do is we could increase our overall damage just by putting in the support card, which is Veta. We can put Veta in here so that it can also boost. Funny enough, this is the only card that can actually give boost the entire team, because we have 2 Generation 2s and then 3 Generation 2s actually, and then Kato will not actually grant you any bonus because it only boosts guild versus skill if you take a look at the leader skill. And so this is something we can try. It's probably not going to be the most powerful, but then you should expect if you're building something from like a mixed bag of cards from Generation 2 and whatnot, it's not going to be about the raw power, but it could be something that's fun and something fun to use. And so Doug Carafini, welcome here, and you could use a little advice on the deck you're using. Wonder if there's better options you're using. Yeah, I'm gonna play around a little bit, and then we could Dark Arcane X. Yeah, let me take a look afterwards. So let's try this deck out and see how that works out. And I mean, I don't have any killer skills on or anything like that, so we should be able to take out a regular guild boss though, right? And so if I see any big rallies too, let me know your in-game name. If I basically I'm gonna clear out my friends list as well. Feel free to add me. I'll go ahead and add you guys in if I'm not already, and then I'll also look to rally you guys some as well. All right, so how do we want to do this? We want to activate first. I guess what we can do is we could activate Kato. We want to activate Kato first because she is a power gem spawner, so we want to take advantage of that. Then we use the Night Sun. Right, and now what we can do is create a couple of those. Now we can fill out the power gem. So I think that's the best firing order. Let's see how much damage you can do with that. And so with Galena, that's about 15. That's about 17 billion. So not bad, given that it's 1 key with only 2 Generation 3s, 2 Generation 2s. In a 3-key attack, this is going to be a 3-key deck, obviously, right? So then, if you're going up against a bigger boss, so let's go up against a Infernal Dogen, right? So I just want to see how much damage we can actually do with these type of setups. And Maitan, first time live here. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us here. And so how do you use the Fox Lady? It's actually pretty simple. So Kato has a very simple property. When you use her, she will create 3 power gems. And then if you're above 500% health, then she's going to create double the numbers, which will be 6. And she'll also give you a little bit of a heal. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. And so basically you use her every 4 turns, and you basically would just activate her when you need when it's available. And because she is a power gem spawner, you'll want to activate her first if combining her with regular gem spawners. Remember, the rule is when you create a regular fire gem and then you activate a card that creates fire power gems, it's actually going to override the spot. So you end up basically losing sort of the real estate. In other words, you don't actually fill up the space as much as you could. And so if you use power gem first, then all of the regular gems go around the power gems. It doesn't try to override it. And so what you do is you activate power gems, then regular gems, then you'll fill up more of the board. So yeah, you can do Night Sun last, I guess. Let's try that. I think what we want to do is we want to maximize the number of power gems. And let's see. So I can't move Veta. So Veta will actually create... Oh, it does create power gem 1. Okay, so let's make sure we activate that last. So then let's move the Night Sun. So we want to activate... We can activate Galena first. That's not a problem. And we want to activate... Do we want to... So we actually don't want to activate Bedevil Vena early. We need her to be activated after the Night Sun. So the Night Sun plus the Galena combination is what's going to fill up the board, and Bedevil Vena requires the board to be filled. So I think this is actually this is going to be a little better. So okay, so let's try against Eternal. And what is the Power Gem Silence? So we actually do have Power Gem Silence Dispel because of Veta. So this should be okay. What is this? 4... Okay. So 4 trillion health. Let's see how much damage we can deal here. So let's give that a try, and then we're gonna go take a look at our Dark Arcane Access cards. We're gonna sort of go back and forth, and if I can find a opportunity to, yeah, this is gonna be the right way to do it. If I can find opportunities to also take out some Cobalt bosses, so I can collect some ultimate tokens, I will definitely do that. All right, so how much is that? So 42, 88. So that was about like 90 some ish. So yeah, it's not going to be like, it's not going to definitely be sufficient really to take out the Eternal guild boss here. But the point here is this is just something that we could try out for fun. I want to see if there's any way we can do a little bit more damage. Probably not though, except because we are holding some of these power gems and we are spawning them, this is going to work out a lot better. So now we're going to create 6 gems there. Now we basically create more power gems than we did from the last time, and now we have more power gems. And so we're relying on our Generation 3 heroes to deal the damage. So we should see almost double. Okay, so close to double there. So this is going to be about 170 or so. So that was actually a little bit better. And then this is an Eternal, so we can definitely do a lot. So that's how you would play this particular deck. It's okay. I mean, we're lacking severely on the Generation 3. So I feel like maybe I don't need Bedevil Vena, right? So let's get out of here. And let's see if we can improve on this, but let's go and take a look at Dark Arcane Access cards first, and we can come back and check that out. So keep in mind, like, this is sort of like how I play with decks. Like, once I've sort of thought in my head like what we could do, then basically what I do is I just go ahead and play against the boss. The guild boss is the best way to test out your ideas, and then just start with 1 key in case it's too strong, and then kind of just get a sense of when the activation order should be and how you should play it so that you can maximize your damage there. So it looks like you have the previous cards, so that's good. And looks like you just have the support card if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a look at the cards here. So if there is a better option, let's try here. So let me take a look at your cards first, and if I can, I'll also try to build it so that I could see for myself what I could do. So you got Death Builds of Despair, and then you got Road Dash. So you will definitely want to keep those 2. And then you got Veta. It looks like that's the only card that you got from this event. So that would be good because you need it for Power Gem Silence. So those would be 2. And Flame Veiled Corruptor, I think, is the event card. So this is one that no, this is the ultra rare card. Sorry. So this would create. So you'll want to keep those 3. Veta, that's 4. And is it better to put in Blave as the? I don't think you need. I'm not sure if you quite need the. What else is there though? You might have the best setup based on what you have here. I'm trying to think, because one of the things that I'm trying to see is if you have better gem spawners, power gem spawners, and Carl's probably okay, but given what you have, this makes it so Tandir, which is a relatively good deck. The problem is it's an on-hit deck, so it will basically, you need to wait until you get attacked before it'll create gems. And so what you can do is, this is a turn. If you put this card in, it becomes a turn 3 deck, and that's not that great. In Slayer, you want it to be faster. So Olivia is 3 gems and only 3 power gems if Onslaught is active. I don't like that. Admiral Applewood is a good spawner, but I don't think it spawns as well as Blave. So it looks like the team that you have, the setup that you have right now, would be also one that I would go with. Let me just make sure that you have in the order there. I mean, alternatively, you could put in Ra. I didn't check the. I only checked Slayer. I think I didn't check Commander. So if you have Thoth, that might actually give you better damage overall. So Thoth is a card that you could collect this time, I think, as a collector card. And so if you haven't yet, definitely collect her. I didn't collect her yet because I don't have space in my inventory, but you do have Ra. So let's try something. Let's try something here. So let's see, Yusuf, you want to check out. You're about to get the MC and Ultimate, so what do you place them in your current deck? Admiral Evil? Yeah, I'll take a look afterwards. So what I was talking about here is the Molten Metal Season. If you look at the rewards, you should be able to get Thoth, right? So it's actually relatively early in the collection. So if you have Thoth, I would actually collect her and then try her out. So let's build that and see how that works, right? So what I saw was, let's see your deck here. So we had Despots of Despair, and then we have 1 Roll Dash, and then we have 1 Flame Veil Corruptor, and then what I saw was you want to have a Veta in there for Power Gem Silence. And then I'm actually thinking of putting in Thoth in there. Let's try this and see how this works. Because Thoth is a really good Power Gem spawner. And given that you'll definitely be getting you'll be getting at least 8 power gems here, that might not be a bad idea. And so firing order wise, let's go ahead and swap this out. Okay, so I think that's good. Okay, so that's what I want to do. All right, so let's give this a try. And it doesn't actually, it does use this event here. So let's give this a try. If I have a bigger boss, so we'll try this. And let's see, hold on a second. Yeah. We'll go ahead and use 3 keys so we can see how much damage is there. You don't have enough to collect Thoth yet? Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to get it by the end of this event. It is a really good card to have. So you can use Ra, and that should be fine as well. So let's first start with this and see how much damage we can take down. So it's 3.8 trillion right now. And so it basically just goes like this, right? Actually, I could have used Veta afterwards, but so you can see that with Thoth, you're generating a bunch more power gems as well. I guess you could say similar things with Bedevil Vena. I wonder which one would be better. So that was about, so that's a lot better in terms of damage, obviously, because we are using a let's try this again. So what's nice is this is a 3-turn cooldown, but this is a 4-turn cooldown. So we need to wait 1 more turn here. But we can wait until that goes. And then I'm going to try activating Thoth first. And then I'm going to activate Veta. Oh, it didn't matter in the end. So that was going to be a full board anyway. And so let's see how much damage we do now with these 4 cards. And so we should do a lot better. So yeah, this is definitely, this is definitely a very viable deck right here. And I think what you had was, I think you had Blave in here. Honestly, you end up not really needing it too much, especially if you wait every 4 turns. If you wait 4 turns, what happens is the passive ability of your ultimate form and also your master collection card would actually activate, plus the relics, right? So I'm gonna wait for, so you can see that the battle skills actually activate, and then if you activate all of these plus some of the cards, you're basically almost like getting a full board, and then you rather fill up your board with power gems rather than just regular gems. And so I think this is a good option, and this makes me feel like I could actually put in a Bedeviled Vena. Not that it's going to matter too much, it's just that putting in another Slayer card means that you can actually get more skill points. So that's the only difference. Is there any sequence for activation with the full deck? Yes, there is. For the full deck, you want to activate the ultra rare first, and then after that is everything else. Unless you put in a support card, in which case you would activate the ultra rare card, support card, then the rest of the cards in there. So that's the activation order. It's actually really easy. The reason why you want to activate the ultra rare card first is because it will actually apply its passive to the other cards, which then I'll show you. So let's go ahead and build a team using the full event deck so that I can show you how it works. And I'm going to put one of each. So let's go ahead and do Fire Slayer. So we're going to do one of this, and then we're going to put in Veta, which is going to be in the beginning, and then we're going to put in Merrick in there. So Kato last, and then Veta at the very left. Okay, and yeah, I'll just leave it like this. So activation order from this point on is just going to be left to right, and I'm going to go 1 key here. It's really, like, this deck is really easy to use, and it's a 4-turn deck, so every card just replenishes after 4 turns, and then if you have the ultimate form, you're never going to die anyway with a 3-key attack because you're always going to get the heal. And so you can see here, when you activate these 2 first, then what it does, it's going to apply these different passives, and now whenever you activate, it's going to continuously create gems. Okay, and the same thing. So this is the reason why you want to activate them first, so you can basically get a full board of gems here. And I think with 1 key here, I should be able to take it out with no problem. Yeah. So like with this event deck like this, just a single UF, single ultimate form, and one of each card can deal tremendous damage there. Okay. Let's see. So you got first tier ultra rare, but not the master collection card. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way the vault works. There is a guarantee at tier 6. I realized afterwards in my last stream where I pulled all the way to tier 6 and thought that I got lucky because I actually got master collection card then. Turns out it was a guarantee one. So tier 6 guarantee MC. That's why I was able to get the sort of the 2 cards I was able to give away. But they actually came back with the whole, if you get a 2-star, then you can also get a additional pull, like you get the jackpot bonus. So I am short an ultra rare card right now, so that's unfortunate right now. See, I can right here, 2-star and 3-star, you get the ultimate golden ticket special, which gives you 20 card pulls. And so let's see. So just curious, is my daily on the monthly disappearing once I collect, even if I don't do daily dungeon or gear dungeon? Yeah, I feel like I've heard that. I thought I saw that happen as well, like where I collect some and then they just completely disappear. So what I do is I just wait for all of them to fill up, and then I just hit collect all. So then I get all of the points there. So that's what I've been doing, just to make sure it doesn't go away. And so you only got something in tier 6. Yeah, so tier 6 you should also get the guaranteed master collection card. So that gives you the ultimate form. And so yeah, so single pink star, this one is actually still pretty strong. I got the shiny MC. That's the reason why I'm just 1 ultra rare away from getting 2 stars, but I'm not gonna pay another $20 for the packs. I'm waiting for the 1,000 gem pack to come out either tomorrow or the next day. See if I can open that. All right, so I think Yusef wanted to check out. So it was Admiral Viper. So let's take a look at Admiral Viper there. And My Tan Sun, you have just one Master Collection card and several support cards and main cards. Should you invest more to get the ultra rare to get the ultimate form? It depends on what tier you've opened up to and what tier you normally go up to. I would say that this deck is a strong deck, but it really shines if you have the nuke deck that goes with it, and it will do well in this. It will do well this event, and the ultimate form card will do well in all other Fire Slayer events as well. And so, if you can't craft the ultra rare, and you're looking to open packs to go after it, then I would say if you can budget it so that you have some gems that you can spend and not go over your budget, then go for it. But if you're saving for the Water Commander event, personally, I don't really feel it's necessary to spend on Commander events as much as Slayer events, just because Slayer events has more versatility. Personally, that's how I feel. So if going after the ultra rare means you're not going to be able to get the Water Commander event and that's what you want to get, then I would say probably you don't have to, because the Master Collection card and several event cards should give you enough firepower to at least sustain your league. If that's the goal that you're going after, then I would do just that. So let's take a look at Admiral Viper's card. So I see 2 ultra rares. I guess, do you not have Master Collection card? Is that why? Yeah, okay. So do you have the event card? Wow, did you pull two ultra rare cards by tier 3? So that's why you don't have the event card, because if you have at least the event card, then what you could do is, because Veta could actually apply its skill to itself, and so what it could do is, well, I guess it applies to everybody. So like, it could create power gems, and because it's a healer, and so what you could do is you could look for a fire healer, and I think it says whenever a healing battle skill is used. So is there a fire card that heals? Because what I see you doing is two ultra rares and 2 support cards. Oh, I wish I remember a fire healer card that uses battle skill to heal. I don't know if there is one. So let's take a look at your other cards. So you're using Ray, so that's not a bad choice, to be honest. Let's take a look at the fire cards here. So we've got Stifling Pandora, Blave. Blave heals, right? So you could try this. You could try the ultra rare card and then put Blave in there instead of instead of Ray, try Blave. So let's give that a try. So I want to actually give this a shot. So I'm gonna go into Mike deck right now, and I'm gonna play test it right now just to see if I can get this to work. First things first, let me go ahead and convert some of my support cards. I actually haven't done that, so I need to get one more. So let's go ahead and get one more support card so I can have these 2 of them in the deck. And so let's see. Sorry guys, I'm taking a little bit long here, but I'm trying to do this live as well so we can actually just showcase how my recommendations work out. And so, where do you place the Master Collection card? You would simply take out your 2 support cards. That's exact. You would take out the 2 support cards. What you're gonna do is you're going to get you're gonna put your ultimate form in there. You're gonna put your Master Collection card in there, and then your 2 ultra rares. And I guess you won't be able to collect your shiny master. But yeah, I would just take out I would take out Ray. You might as well keep Veta in there for power gem silence. So you should do Veta, Master Collection card, ultimate form, and then 2 ultra rares. That's what I would do. And Don Lawrence, you recommend? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you your support there. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this out. So what I would do if I were you, Yusef, is I would do. Where did my cards go? So Fire Slayer, Power. So it would be Ultimate Form, Master Collection card, Ultra Rare, and then you have a second Ultra Rare card. So it would be basically like this setup, except I have a Kato in here, and you would just put in the support card. So, but I wanna kind of talk about the card, the sort of what I just talked about, and showcase how it would work with Blave as well. Where did the card that I just upgrade go? Here it is. Okay. So in this case, I actually have 2 support cards, this, and then let's say I don't have, I don't know, Blave is the card I would use. So the way this works is, and let's say I only use the Master Collection card. And we throw in this, why not? So imagine like this is the deck that you have, where you have the Ultra Rare, you don't have the Master Collection card, you have some support cards. You could still use Blave to your advantage, because you could use that to then create a lot of power gems. So let's take a look here. So let's go ahead and go against Lupo. And we'll try 3 keys, just so we can survive. But I wanted to show you how this would work, right? So Blave is the one that would also heal. So it creates gems and it heals. So this would be what you activate last. And so let's go ahead and do this, right? So let's just see how this works out. This is a deck that has an Ultra Rare but no Master Collection card, so you couldn't make the Ultimate Form. So we're going to activate these 2. So we create some power gems, which works out well. Then you activate the Ultra Rare card, get some more power gems, and then you activate. So you can see here, right? So you can see how just activating this one card actually created a bunch of cards. And in fact, if I had 2 copies of Blave, that would be even better. So I'm going to try that, because when a healing battle skill is used, it gets triggered. So I want to see if it gets triggered twice. I'm just going to give that a try. So let's change this to another copy of Blave. If I still have it. Do I have another copy of Blave? Uh-oh. I may not. Blave is Fire Spirit. So I guess I don't have it anymore. Okay, so, but I think the Flame Veil Corruptor heals. It doesn't. Creates and then increases attack. Does this heal? No, it will create power gen. So whenever but it triggers once per turn, right? So it doesn't really matter anyways. It triggers one. So it's not going to matter. Like having 2 copies of Blave isn't going to actually do anything, because once you've triggered it once, it's not going to do it again. So just triggering one time is it. So that's that. So that's like, having, this is where Blave actually works out well, because it also heals. And so you can actually get some additional power gems just coming from that. All right, so let's see. There's another question there. So the Pumpkin Queen or the Bride or Carl. Yeah, I actually thought about doing something with that as well. And so the Pumpkin Queen or Carl was also a card that was collectible. And so I have a Pumpkin Queen and I have a Carl. Definitely would try that. So let's do this, right? So we're gonna try a deck that uses the Pumpkin Queen or Carl, and that would be right here. And the Baleful Bride. So these are the 2 cards that were really, really useful for the Fire Slayer event. The Soul Thresher is actually a card that is available in this event, right? And so that could work, but in order to make this work, you'll actually need to generate a lot of special intensity, which Carl the Cleaver does. So basically it will it will increase intensity by 10 every 2 turns, so we can get basically 20 intensity every 2 turns. So that will give us, some power gems. So we could do that. What else do we do? So Don Loan, it's funny because you're a card hoarder. You max out on cards. You can't buy any more. You wish I had Alex. I'm getting close. I'm about halfway there, but I don't know if I don't know how long it'll take for me to actually get there. So let's see. Yeah. So Yusef, go ahead and get the MC, and it's going to be a good deck for you for sure. So Judge of All, can you use the ultra rare from this deck with any other Slayer cards and get a battle skill useful? Yeah. So like the ultra rare card. Look for a Slayer card that heals, and then you're going to get more power gem creation out of that. That's basically, I think that that's how you want to play that. Let's see. So what would I do? Like, I definitely wanted to try a deck with this, but what other cards would I put in there? So I also kind of am lacking on the overall Fire Slayers from previous events. So if we got Carl, we got Baleful Bride, we got Soul Thresher. Man, what would I do? So I could do this and then put in Veta just to counter the Power Gem Silence. We can do that. Let's try that. See if we have another boss that we can go after. All right, so Robin Hood, let's go ahead and try it. So Ray, that is Ascended, has a nice property where every 4 turns it also creates 4 power gems, and so this is actually going to be a pretty good turn 1 deck right here. Just you can see because both Baleful Bride and also Carl, they also create gems on turn 1, and so let's see how much damage we can actually do here. So now we have, again, the same thing. We have 2 generation 3 heroes, and so this is one of those decks where the more so this is dodge. Okay, so the more turns that we actually wait, the more corrupt special intensity we'll have. So right now we're at 40. I'll probably want to get it up to about like 100 or so. So that's going to be another 12 turns. 12 turns. Okay, so a few more turns. Okay, so, and then in the meantime, what we can do is we could just, continuously attack. And if you wanted to heal, all you have to do is, and this is actually kind of good because Robin Hood casts Dodge, and Dodge is actually a debuff that can be dispelled by Pumpkin Queen. And when you do that, it also heals, and so you can actually get a lot of heal by dispelling the buff that the boss places on himself, and then and that way you have more survivability as well. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're at 100 right now, so you can sort of see like this is about as good as we're going to get without going for too long. We're not probably going to be able to take it out, but we'll come close, right? Well, 100 and about 200 somewhat. So this is also a reasonable deck right here. I mean, it does use Baleful Bride, so that is an ultra rare card that isn't available in the collections, but Carl is a collection card that was in the collection. Soul Thresher is a card that's available in the collection, and I'm just using the support card. So like this is another sort of deck that could work. I mean, like you saw, it took out about half of the health of the boss right here, and I wasn't even playing that hard. And so I guess what I wanted to show is you can have fun and play these cards if you have, if you can collect some of these cards. Some of these cards are always going to be useful, and so that's what I would want to advocate. And that is, if you don't get the event deck, doesn't mean that you can't play, doesn't mean that you can't compete. I mean, if you get it, it's the best way to compete, but it's still, there's still a lot of different ways for you to do well. So I definitely have some time here. I don't see if there's anyone else that mentioned. I want to double check here. I think I've seen everybody who has asked about me checking their cards. And so, Judge of All, I think your question is, what is the best deck combo for this event deck? If you are playing a full event deck, then I would recommend the Ultimate Form, Ultra Rare, and then your Master Collection cards. So what you want to do is you want to activate 2 Ultra Rare cards, and then your Master Collection cards, followed by your two Ultra Rares, followed by your Ultimate Form, followed by your Master Collection cards. If you don't have another Master Collection card, then put in the event card. So that would be that's what I would do there. Let's see. So Cairo Alex, welcome, and Sundi, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so I haven't seen any unfortunately I haven't seen any Cobalt bosses just yet, and or any Radiants. I don't think I'm high enough level. I haven't played much. I haven't played much at all actually. So I haven't really spawned enough boss levels to get the Radiance. I did get rallied by one, so thank you very much. And what I said is if I get something good, I'll try and rally you guys. Let me check my friend list and see if there's anybody that has requested. Or I could request you guys if I'm not friends with you already. Let me know. Yeah, so for me personally, this is actually the best set for me. And I think moving forward after this event is over, it's still going to be maybe like this setup. I might even consider putting in my third Master Collection card, third Rodash into this, so that I basically just keep the ultimate form from this event, because this is really the card I need for the heal, and also for the power gem creation. The relic is really what the ultimate relic is the one that gives me the heal that is unrivaled, right? So the previous yokai deck had the same property, and Dimitri, you want to join my guild? Sure. I think we have open space. A space opened up. So come on over and play with us. Our guild currently has open application. So anytime it opens up, feel free to come in and join us and help us take down the bosses. So, I just kind of wanted to ask for your opinions and also, what your thoughts are. So in my stream, previously I did mention that this deck is one I imagine would be fun to use. And I'm just kind of curious if, for those of you who did get the deck, do you feel the same way? Or, what are some of the biggest challenges you feel right now? Just questions, thoughts, and ideas. How do you like this deck compared to some of the other decks? Personally, I really enjoy this just because it's, like I said, it's fun. And I guess I really should just change it to a team that is this event, so I can talk about it more. And so Mike Tan, you thought this event, the Master Collection card, is more valuable than Ultra Rare because of the Power 4 generation. So it's interesting because the Ultra Rare card in this event can do, I guess, I'm trying to remember. You want to use the multiple Ultra Rare cards, I think, I can't remember whether it's for the ultimate bosses or for regular event, but at some point you're going to cap on the power gems that you can create. And so what the Ultra Rare card does is that it also boosts the damage output. And so if you look at the Ultra Rare card, Veda Truth from Afar, it will increase the attack by 30%. Now, granted, it increases itself by 30%, but it basically means that compared to its counterpart, which is the Master Collection card, it will deal a little bit more damage. And then so if you have, and it also creates power gems, and it can, it can pass its own ability to the other cards, so that you're not really losing out on all of the power gem creation. And so that's why having multiple Ultra Rare cards in the deck actually nets you a little bit more damage overall compared to not running them at all. At some point, once you get full board Power Gen 4s, there's nowhere to go except for more Awakening, better Relic space, more levels for your cards, or attack boost. So attack boost in Slayers works a lot better than in Commanders. So when you do a Slayer attack boost, what happens is it gets multiplied by your Slayer bonus afterwards. And so what that means is a 30% damage actually increases it, a 30% damage then is actually increased a lot more because it's multiplied, as opposed to in Commander where it's added to your base damage and then multiplied by a certain amount. And so that's why there's always a difference between the Slayer and Commander when you talk about attack boost. In Slayers, it means more than in Commander. And of course, the higher your attack bonus is, the better. And now what I want to do is I'm going to try something here. I can't the thing is I can't summon an ultimate form boss because I wanted to do something like this. I wanted to actually put in Bacon Baron. So Bacon Baron is a good card to put in, I believe, because what it does is, if I could find it, Fire Fable. So Bacon Baron, if we take a look at this card, it will increase the attack of Slayer cards by up to 600% of the hero's recovery. And so whatever Bacon Baron's recovery is, basically it will be 6 times, up to 600% of that. So it would be basically increase it by up to 4,800, something like that. In any case, and then if you add the Admiral Applewood in it, that increases the recovery, and then you boost the attack. I feel like along with the killer bonus and the recovery increase and the damage output, this could actually be pretty significant. So having said that, I kind of want to try it now. So let's try it with Fable, Slayer, Admiral Applewood. This might work. So let's try this against a boss, but there's no boss that's strong enough that won't just die. Right? I think if I do this, it's just going to die immediately. But that's the idea, is that you could activate Admiral Applewood to increase the recovery, and this is also where I could do this, where if you have the Fire Healing Relic, so Fire Scepters. So Fire Scepters are heavily underrated because it actually gives you. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna go all in here. Why not? So this way I could actually anyways, so what I was saying is the Fire Scepters, like those healing scepters, are a little bit underrated because if you have any skills that require you to, that benefits from boosting recovery into damage, etc., it actually, or for heal, putting a scepter in there will make a huge difference. You have to level up a little bit, but once you do, it's actually going to be really good. All right, so let's do this. I think this way I'm not going to kill the boss right away. Yeah, so that's good. And so what I want to do is I'm going to increase my Slayer skill up to 300 first. So it's just dodge. That's fine. Let's make sure we attack. So I'm trying something here. I want to see how much damage I can actually deal here. So just need to do a couple attacks here, and then a few more attacks, and I'll be at 300. So you said you got the ultimate form. Congratulations. So you should be able to. You're on your way to dealing lots of damage in this event now. So that's good. All right. So let's need one more attack. Well, maybe 2 more attacks, right? 2 more attacks before I can get to 300. So 275. So I need 1 more attack, and then I'll be good. Okay, so let's do this. Now, the only thing is I have to activate Bacon Baron last. Or not last. I have to activate Admiral Applewood first. So I'm going to wait for 1 more passive ability to spawn first. Let's go ahead and wait for the passive ability of my ultimate form, and then we will go ahead and activate everything after that. I think it's going to be this turn. So I want to see how much damage I can actually deal here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. Oh, you know what? I should have activated. That's okay. It's almost a full board anyway. I could have gone the full board if I activated the ultimate form here. So 1T1. So yeah, look at that. So that actually right there was about 6 trillion by itself, 5.7 trillion by itself. So I was able to deal over almost 11 trillion with that setup, and I didn't even get a full board of power gems. And that is the power of Bacon Baron, where you could actually increase the attack of your Slayer cards. And you saw what happened there, right? So like instead of, I didn't even have the full team there. And I had Despot of Despair. I honestly could have used another card that just generated some power gems, and that would have been okay. But yeah, like overall, it was just, and it wasn't a full board of power gems either. It actually did a lot better than I expected. So there you have it. What I did there was I used the Scepter, which increases recovery of all heroes first, and I have 2 of them, and then I have 2 copies of Admiral Applewood, and each of these at 300 skill point would actually increase the recovery first. So we increase the recovery by 250. So then 2 of them, that's 500%, and then multiply all of that by 600% because I'm at 300 skill point, and then all of that attack boost is then applied to your Slayer attack that gets then bumped up because it's because it's a 15 times Slayer boost, and it's 3 times, so that you get 5 times the bonus, plus it's empower, so it has 10 times. The math is complicated, but the point is this combination actually is able to deal quite a bit of damage just like this. So that was actually a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed that. And so Yusuf using currently dealing 9 trillion damage on 3 keys. That's good. I think so that is exactly kind of that's the kind of power spike that you expect to see when you get the ultimate form. And so it's 10-12 right now. I kind of I didn't manage to get any, so I was still sitting at 7 tokens. So it's gonna be a long night for me to try and get some cobalt bosses to spawn before I can hit the ultimate boss. I was kind of hoping to show you some trick as well, and I think that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So imagine you had the full deck and you're trying to go up against the ultimate boss. So one of the things I think you should always do is basically I'm going to simulate this. So if I do this, if I use the full team, I'm going to kill the boss. I can't do that. One of the things that you want to do is look for opportunities to build an off affinity gem between activating your battle skills. And if you do that, then there's an increased likelihood that you're actually going to be able to activate so like in this case, like you'll want to do something like this. So if you have this power gem that is, oh my gosh, it just got matched. If you have a power gem that is non-affinity, and so I can do this, I'll get it next turn. If you create a non-fire power gem and you leave it, and then you activate your power your battle skills that this will only work if you create just power gems. Then what it will do is it will actually create power gems all around. Yeah, I think what I can do is I can use the full team to show you guys, because if you have a team that generates just power gems, it will actually go around the non-fire power gem. The chances of it getting overridden is lower. And so let's go ahead and, where did it go? Okay, so there it is. And then that, and that. So all of these cards create, no, this one actually creates regular gems, doesn't it? So I'm going to do this. Yeah, so this is my team. So basically this is the team I use. And if you activate everything with a power gem that is not fire based, you can see what happens. So let's see if I can simulate that here. I actually wanted to make a video talking about that specifically, but while I'm here, I'm just going to show it to you guys. All right, so let's see here. So we can do this. And now let's go ahead and activate our power gems, and let's see what happens. I missed my opportunity to do that. All right, so let's try this one more time, and we'll do this quick before the boss gets taken out. Oh, but I don't have power gem silence. Hopefully I'm not gonna get hit by power gem silence here. So we'll try this again. So the way I do this too is I use this opportunity during during the time it's attacking to decide where I'm going to get my power gem for my off affinity. Yeah. So basically, if you were to activate everything, it would basically create all the power gems around this, and it wouldn't overwrite this one right here. So then when you basically do a power gem swap, you would then have this one thing to be a clock stopper. I couldn't simulate it, unfortunately. This really works well, much better on ultimate bosses. And with a boss that actually casts power gem silence, it's basically impossible for me to show you guys. So anyways, that's the point that I wanted to make here. If you have any questions about that, how it works, let me know. I'll be happy to explain that again. And so that's pretty much what I wanted to show today. Showed a couple of decks, a couple ideas. So Bacon Baron actually is viable in this particular setup, I think. And you can actually use a couple of heal. I mean, it's not necessary for the heal, but a couple of the Fire Scepters could actually be very helpful in increasing the damage there. And you wouldn't actually really need to put in the Bacon Baron. And I think you just have the Fire Scepter, and then you put one of the Bacon Baron in there. That might actually be sufficient. So give that a try. I'm definitely gonna try that in the ultimate bosses just to see if that actually works. But that was something I wanted to try out. So I think that I'm not seeing anyone else with questions or anything like that. Judge of all, should you awaken before you reach max level? It doesn't matter at this point. So the bug that was causing issues the last event is not a problem anymore. So you can awaken before you reach max level. It's okay. So awakening and leveling, they don't. It's gonna be the same thing. If you level after you awaken, you're still going to get the same amount of damage boost. So go ahead and use your Wisp if you want. If you don't have enough potions, you can always just maximize your level later. You can see like all of my bosses, I awaken them, and it's not necessarily full max level. So you can definitely do that. So anyways, that's all from me. Like as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on the network app. And take a look in the description below for where you can get shirts and whatnot if you're interested. And I'm hoping that they come out with the Proving Ground soon. Like, we talked about this. There was a news feed that says that they're going to be delayed. I'll have a stream whenever it goes live, so we can talk about that as well. So just waiting for when that comes out. So keep you in the loop for that. The Rising Sun, welcome. Nice to see you here. So you got a setup that won't waste too much time against high level ultimate. Board is always full unless you can get different affinity create. The best setup, if you don't want to create a different affinity power gem, would then have to be mostly I would just say with me, it would be a combination where you would just have to activate one less. Probably you just have to activate less cards. I haven't tried it, so let me give it a shot, and then we'll try it, and then we'll find out. But right now, my trick is using a different affinity power gem. So that's what I did, and with that, I was able to get past level 20. So let me know how it works out for you. So Don Lawrence, thank you very much. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks a lot. It's been fun. I always enjoy doing this stream sessions with you. And if you have any ideas, anything that you'd like to see, please let me know, and I will try to incorporate them as well. All right. Have a good evening and good morning wherever you may be, and I'll see you later. Take care. Bye now.